So here's to a fabulous day. Incredibly excited. And I will kick off by introducing the chairman of DASRA's Global Council, Tarun Jotwani. Thank you.
Morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you to DASRA's 9th Annual Philanthropy Day here in Mumbai. Thank you so much for coming and spending the day with us. And please do spend the day with us. As JP said, we have a great panel and some incredibly accomplished speakers all day. And I promise you it will be a fascinating and enriching day. I'd like to tell a story, and I hope you'll indulge me in following the story with me. Sushma is 13 years old and lives in a village in Madhya Pradesh. Her father is a subsistence farmer, and their monthly household income is about 3,000 rupees a month. There is immense pressure on the family to find a groom for Sushma, marry her off before she turns 15, as did her mother and her older sister before her. This is for her own good, as this is the only way her parents know how to help secure her future. Although money is scarce, her parents have been able to save a little bit of money for her dowry. Sushma is smart, has been a good and diligent student. Learning has raised her curiosity, and encouraged by her mother, wants to continue to study. But she does not have a lot of time. She has house chores to do while her mother is busy at work. She also has to help her father in the fields during the busy harvesting seasons. She gets up at 5 a.m. every morning to do her chores, gets to school by 9 a.m., and at the end of the day, with the additional chores, struggles to get her homework done, as there's only one light bulb in the room that the family shares. In recent years, there have been big changes in the village and the nearby town. They've received government-issued ID cards. The village, for the first time, has communal taps, and an NGO has promised to install toilets. There's a primary school in the village, but the secondary school is 3 kilometers away. There are significant improvements from what the village infrastructure used to be just 10 years ago. But this improvement is just passive infrastructure. Sushma's parents are thinking about pulling her out of school because it's not safe for a young girl of 14 or 13 to go away to school 3 kilometers away. A global NGO has provided bicycles to the village, but there are predators along the way. There are no separate functioning girls' bathrooms in the government school, and there are privacy issues. Teacher absenteeism is rampant. Textbooks are either not available or in terrible condition. So Sushma is desperate. She knows that once she pulls out of school, she will be doing backbreaking work in the fields and then will be married off. She has had access to the internet and knows that there is a bigger world for her out there. As does her mother, who wants her to have a better life but does not know how to break this cycle of dropping out of school, early marriage, early pregnancy, a life of subservience, and a life of dependency. And she does not know how to stand the social pressures of not adhering to this age-old pattern. If they miss this window of marriage, what will Sushma's fate be? What options does she have? So in such circumstances, nonprofit organizations that have spent years building their links and ties to the local community can offer solutions of an alternative life. India has more than 3 million NGOs that work across the country on a range of issues. Many are quite small, operate in silos, and have limited impact due to issues about securing funding. They have issues on scale, on cohesiveness, and have issues around impact and these are recurring themes. So Dasra believes that to effect sustainable social change, we must intervene to transform pre-existing ecosystems. And the job is to convert them into thriving, dynamic ones. And this can only be achieved through a belief in collecting impact, breaking down silos and adopting a multi-sector approach to solve these large social problems. Very simply, this means identifying neglected sectors where there's a crying need for intervention, identifying high potential NGOs that are active in those particular sectors, and enabling cross-sector learning and collaboration amongst these nonprofits and with others in the ecosystem. And this includes creating new ecosystems of funders, governments, local communities, and the media. Over a 3 to 5 period, Dasra builds capacity and channels capital in a way that ensures that interventions are deep and sustainable. So imagine the possibilities. Imagine the possibilities to fulfill Sushma's aspirations if Dasra were able to bring in some of its current or past portfolio organizations to Sushma's village, all with proven credentials of sustained impact in their sectors, respective sectors of engagement. There are so many Sushmas in India's rural and urban areas, that the numbers are absolutely staggering. All of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the numbers. Almost half the women are married before the age of 18. The number 2 leading cause of absenteeism in schools among girls after housework is the lack of sanitation facilities. Over half the girls in India are no longer attending school over the age of 15. The Dasra Girl Alliance has a vision for every girl in India to one day have education and skills, be healthy and safe, and be able to make choices about her life. The Dasra Girl Alliance seeks to build a world where girls are safe, seen, and celebrated. So till date, DJ has raised 88 crores of rupees to help scale efforts that empower adolescent girls. In the last year, Dasra has gone from strength to strength. We focused on 3 sectors: empowering adolescent girls, sanitation, and governance, using an ecosystem approach to effect systemic change. This sector approach has enabled us to attract institutional funding, raise significant capital, and raise significant awareness on these issues and align our work with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We also launched a new 4th ecosystem focusing on strategic giving. We believe far more funds can be unlocked for families and individuals if there's a specialized group within Dasra to do so. Look at it from your lens, the philanthropist lens. There are currently 106 Giving Circle members at Dasra, half in India, the other half outside, around the world. And I hope by the end of today, we'll have many more participants in this form of collaborative giving. I'd like to welcome our first and very eminent speaker, Rohini Nilekani.